Watch this story in full. Subscribe, comment and like my channel, Green Mythology, for mythology and history. Gateway 2, the captivating worlds of ancient myth. Now watch the story in full please. The Whispering Woods, a symphony of sunlight and leaves. Alara had always felt the pull of the Whispering Woods. From the edge of her village, where the last cultivated fields met the unruly embrace of ancient trees, the woods loomed, a wall of emerald and jade that shifted and changed with the light. Villagers spoke of it in hushed tones, a place of forgotten paths and unseen eyes, beautiful but best left undisturbed. Yet, for Alara, the rustling leaves were not warnings, but invitations. One crisp autumn morning, when the air tasted of wood smoke and damp earth, Alara finally yielded to the wood's call. Armed with a small basket for gathering berries and a heart humming with a mix of trepidation and excitement, she stepped across the invisible threshold. Immediately, the world shifted. The familiar sounds of the village faded, replaced by a new, intricate symphony. Sunlight, strained through the dense canopy, dappled the forest floor in shifting patterns of gold and shadow. Each ray seemed to carry its own warmth, a spotlight illuminating patches of moss, the intricate veins of fallen leaves, and the shy faces of woodland flowers. The leaves themselves were the orchestra. They rustled and sighed with every breath of wind, a continuous murmur that wove through the stillness. It was more than just sound. It felt like a language, a constant, low hum that vibrated not just in her ears but in her very bones. This was the whispering the villagers spoke of, not words, but feelings, sensations, the ancient voice of the wood itself. As she ventured deeper, the trees grew taller, their trunks thick and gnarled, bearing the marks of centuries. Sunlight became a precious commodity, filtering down in ever more dramatic shafts, creating ethereal spotlights in the green twilight. Dust motes danced in these golden beams, tiny particles of the wood's life made visible. Alara followed a deer trail, a faint path worn into the leaf litter. The air here was different, cool and damp, smelling of rich soil, decaying wood, and something else, something wild and untamed. She found patches of plump, dark berries, their surfaces glistening like tiny jewels in the filtered light. As she picked them, she noticed the intricate network of life around her, beetles scuttling across bark, a robin hopping among the branches, the delicate filigree of spiderwebs catching the light like spun silver. The symphony of leaves intensified as the wind picked up. They didn't just rustle now. They swirled and danced, a cascade of reds, oranges, and yellows raining down around her. It was a breathtaking spectacle, a vibrant performance that felt both chaotic and perfectly orchestrated. Sunlight, catching the falling leaves, transformed them into fleeting sparks of fire. Hours melted away. Alara lost track of time, mesmerized by the ever-changing play of light and shadow, the constant, soothing murmur of the leaves. She felt a sense of peace settling over her, a deep connection to the ancient rhythm of the woods. The whispers seemed to grow clearer, not words, but understanding, a sense of the interconnectedness of all things, the slow, patient life of the trees, the hidden lives of the creatures around her. She stumbled upon a small clearing, a patch of open sky where the sun poured down unimpeded. In the center stood a single, ancient oak, its branches spreading wide like welcoming arms. The sunlight here was a golden embrace, warm and comforting. Alara sat at the foot of the oak, leaning against its rough bark, and closed her eyes, listening. The symphony changed again. Here, in the heart of the clearing, the whispers seemed to coalesce, becoming almost distinct. She heard the deep thrum of the earth, the gentle flow of unseen water, the tiny heartbeats of creatures hidden in the undergrowth, and overlaying it all was the constant, benevolent presence of the oak, a silent guardian soaking in the sunlight and breathing out life. As the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of rose and violet, Alara knew she had to leave. Reluctantly, she rose, offering a silent thank you to the ancient oak and the woods that had shared their secrets with her. Retracing her steps was easier than she expected, as if the woods themselves were guiding her. The setting sun cast long, dramatic shadows, transforming familiar shapes into mysterious figures. The symphony of leaves became a farewell, a soft rustle that followed her to the edge of the woods. Stepping back into the village, the sounds of human activity seemed jarring after the organic harmony of the woods. But Alara was changed. She carried the peace of the whispering woods within her, the memory of the sunlight dancing on the leaves and the silent, profound language of nature. From that day on, the whispering woods was no longer a place of trepidation, but a sanctuary. Alara visited often, always finding solace and wonder in its depths. And each time, as the sunlight filtered through the leaves and the ancient trees whispered their secrets, she felt a profound sense of belonging, a harmony with the symphony of sunlight and leaves. The woods held their mysteries close, but they had opened their heart to her, and she to them.